Hello my friends, and welcome to The Philosophy of Heroes, a series where we look into the philosophy and psychology of heroes from popular culture. Through these character studies, my aim is to analyse modern heroic idols that are held up by our society in the hopes that we may emulate their values and be a little more heroic in our own lives. In today's video, we're looking at Goku from Dragon Ball Z. Goku is a Saiyan born Kakarot from the alien planet Vegeta before its untimely destruction by the evil space tyrant Frieza. Sent to conquer Earth as a baby using his exceptional Saiyan strength, he ends up hitting his head and forgetting his mission. From there, Goku begins his adventures on Earth and the Dragon Ball story begins. So what can we say about Goku's philosophy? Goku is good. Like, really good. He's pure-hearted, he's kind, he's even gentle. He does the right thing because it's his innate nature. He often prefers to spare his enemies from death, even when they've done despicable things, and show no signs of remorse.
May you live the rest of your life in peace.
Peace? Nonsense!
We never get the sense that Goku actually wants to hurt his enemies. It's not always obvious he even wants to defeat his enemies. He usually fights out of a sense of duty and regard for protecting life. He also clearly loves the joy of battle and having the opportunity to challenge his strength. I believe there is an important philosophical connection between Goku's pure-heartedness and his strength. We know that Goku, Son Goku in Japanese, was based on Sun Wukong, the Monkey King from the 16th century Chinese novel Journey to the West, who is himself based on Hanuman, a Hindu deity who embodies brahmacharya, tapas, and bhakti. These are pure-heartedness and celibate conduct, spiritual asceticism or discipline, and devotion. Hanuman is known for training his body in martial arts and yoga, and is the possessor of incredible superpowers such as enormous strength, flight, and the ability to transform the size of his body. It's commonly understood that Hanuman derives his superpowers from his pure-heartedness, discipline, and devotion. I think this is an important theme that is carried over with Goku. Goku is never really shown to be lustful or greedy or power-hungry in the corrupt sense. His motivations are always pure and intrinsic. He trains and improves himself either out of necessity or for the pure joy of becoming a stronger fighter and overcoming his limits. This brings us to another key feature of Goku's psychology. Goku loves getting stronger. He embodies Friedrich Nietzsche's will to power, a creature of instincts. He's compelled by a fundamental drive towards self-enhancement, growth, and expression of his inherent capacities as a Saiyan warrior. Again, Goku's motivations for wanting to get stronger are always shown to be pure and innocent. He doesn't strive for power so that he can conquer others and become the greatest fighter in the universe. Time and again we are shown he simply enjoys training and overcoming his limits. Fighting with other characters in the Dragon Ball universe is almost a sport for Goku, a form of play, an opportunity to test his strength. This is not to say that Goku is indifferent about defeating foes, especially if they are particularly malevolent or dangerous. He does care, but only because he is essentially benevolent. Goku ultimately stands for peace and harmony. Sometimes Goku comes across as reluctant to actually defeat enemies, even if they threaten his loved ones, planet Earth, or the entire universe. During the Cell Saga, Cell poses an existential threat to Goku and the Earth, but Goku essentially spars with Cell. Upon realizing his powers and feeling sufficiently sure he cannot defeat Cell, he chooses instead to allow his son, Gohan, to battle and ultimately defeat Cell.
Alright guys, I'm afraid that I can't win this fight. I need someone to take over. That someone is you, son.
This makes it seem as if Goku doesn't really care if he wins or loses the fight. He comes across as more interested in merely testing his strength against a worthy opponent, which brings us to another characteristic of Goku. Goku is non-attached. In typical Buddhist fashion, Goku has quite happily sacrificed his own life to allow things to take their natural course, or even, apparently, to give others a chance to enhance their own strength and take greater responsibility, particularly his son Gohan. Aside from enjoying overcoming his limits, Goku doesn't particularly want anything. He is content, and he has a flat character arc. Even though Goku has extraordinary adventures and overcomes great adversity, he never really learns anything, aside from new fighting techniques, of course. His innate values and motivations remain unchanged. He is all good, pure of heart, and loves fighting from the moment we meet him until the show ends. His character is complete from the beginning. In the end, guys, Goku is a great example of somebody with very intrinsic motivations. He does not seek to overcome others, he seeks to overcome himself. He does this because he loves it and simply enjoys the process. Dragon Ball Z seems to imply quite clearly that having this detached and playful attitude is more effective than white-knuckle effort. I believe this gets at another subtle aspect of Goku's philosophy we haven't spoken about. Wu Wei, non-action or effortless action. Although we clearly see Goku fighting with all his strength, sometimes within inches of his very life, I think it is also implied that Goku's real virtue comes from his instincts. When Goku is able to tap into his instincts, the story shows how effective Goku becomes in battle. During his fight with the Ginyu Force, Goku is shown to effortlessly outmaneuver his opponents, eventually defeating Raccoon with a single well-timed strike. Granted, this is in part due to Goku's superiority in fighting power, but Goku's ability to harness his ki and use it effortlessly is one of the reasons why Goku is so powerful, yet Captain Ginyu is unable to wield Goku's power when he steals his body and attempts to power up using brute force.
Jace, check out your scatter display and give me a strength reading! Right!
You're at 23,000?
Huh? What?
And getting weaker!
This idea is expanded upon further in the lead up to the Cell games, where Goku and Gohan teach themselves to maintain the Super Saiyan form effortlessly. Goku explains quite plainly that the transformation uses a lot of energy, and without proper control, can impair their clarity in battle.
What is going on? They appear to be Super Saiyans, but they're acting so natural. I must learn the full extent of their new powers.
This idea comes straight from the pages of the Tao Te Ching, where Lao Tzu teaches us to act without effort if we wish to accomplish great tasks. By contrast, Vegeta is driven by his ego and his rivalry with Goku. The more desperately Vegeta grasps, the more it slips through his fingers. I believe Goku's approach of effortless action guided by instinct, read the Tao, and Vegeta's approach of envious determination driven by his ego actually widens the gap between the two over the course of Dragon Ball Z. There is no question Goku enjoys the rivalry between Vegeta and himself, but it doesn't seem to me if he actually minds being stronger than Vegeta. He only became stronger because it was necessary to defeat Vegeta and save the Earth during the Saiyan saga. Surpassing Goku, on the other hand, matters greatly to Vegeta, who is in fact tormented by the gap in power. This philosophical divergence, I think, is one of the most compelling and applicable aspects of Dragon Ball Z. And that's why, in the next episode, we'll be covering the philosophy of Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing or checking out my other videos. Have a lovely day.